Hey, what's going on, everybody, and welcome to OneWrestling.com Talking Raw. We're going to review every Monday Night Raw after every WWE pay-per-view. Hey, I got some people with me today that I want you guys to meet. Hey, I'm Billy Ray Valentin, by the way, just in case you didn't know. I got 8-Track Brown, the dirtiest of the city, representing the PW Hustle. What's going on, brother?
Zang! We in this piece right now, man.
What did you think of Monday Night Raw?
I actually thought it was okay for a post pay-per-view show. Could have been better. Had a few entertaining points. We'll get to that stuff.
All right, we'll get into all of that. And, of course, I got my boy, Thomas F. Ray, the Southside Dream, representing the Heavenly Podcast. You could get that on iTunes, on Stitcher. Just Google Heavenly Podcast, and you will find it. What's up, Thomas? Tell us something.
What's going on, peoples? How you doing, 8-Track? How you doing, Billy?
What's going on, bro?
What did you think of Monday Night Raw?
I agree with 8-Track. It was good for. I've seen a lot worse, and I have some opinions on the consistent storyline that was going on. But we'll talk about that, as we go along. But it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad.
All right, so let's get right into it, man. So for a change, Monday Night Raw starts off with actual wrestling. I mean, not quite, but kinda. We didn't get the Authority out there. We got the Wyatts giving a quick promo, but that quickly changed into something else. Roman Reigns came down and cut a pretty decent promo for Roman Reigns, right? Go ahead, Thomas, tell me.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not mad when he starts snarling at people, and they have him doing this hothead gimmick now where he just can't stand to not put his hands on somebody.
But he's got some type of confidence now, right?
Yeah, that Superman punch is connecting really well. So yeah, it's fine. I mean, I don't know. They have this thing. It's the new Shawn Michaels super kick, right? He's like catching people off guard now. Did you see what he did to Kofi on like SmackDown?
Oh, sooner or later, out of nowhere.
Yeah, he can now catch anybody anywhere with a Superman punch. So that's just fine, But you guys, I don't know if you know 8-Track, but I'm a fan of Roman Reigns because I like his handsome man gimmick that they never talk about. They never talk about it, but he's a handsome man, and they play that up, but they don't like to use it.
That's heel Roman Reigns time. Hey, 8-Track, do something about your mic because it's reverbing back there. I can hear myself.
Oh, you can hear yourself?
Yeah,
that's coming from me?
That's coming from you. So plug in your headphones or something.
Nah, my headphones are in. I think that's coming from
Thomas?
From Tom, yeah.
I think it's better now because I don't hear it.
Okay.
All right. So anyway, the opening segment I thought was pretty good. I really dug it. And they all went in on each other. Roman Reigns and the Wyatts, and then Dean Ambrose ran down, and it was a whole super wrestling. And then Randy Orton returns to a huge, massive pop. I'm not the biggest Randy Orton fan, but when he came out and he went to work. What did you think of that? 8-Track Brown, tell me something.
I thought that was cool. Roman Reigns' promo was actually not boring and good.
Yeah.
He was very relaxed. I almost felt like they were letting him, they let him say what he wanted to say. And actually, I wouldn't be surprised if they did just let him say it because it was short and to the point. The way a guy like Roman Reigns' promo should be, short and to the point. It shouldn't be elaborate. I feel the same way about Seth Rollins' promos. Should be short and to the point because after a while, guys like Seth Rollins or Seth Rollins in general starts to sound like Megatron and Starscream. Excuse me. With Roman Reigns' problem, when he goes on for too long, he just gets boring and boring and boring. But this time, I liked it. I was never not a Roman Reigns fan. I just thought he wasn't anything special. I still don't think he's anything special. I didn't want him to win the title, and since he didn't, he's in my good graces. So they can give him the title tomorrow, and I wouldn't care. I just thought, at that time, that he shouldn't have won the Rumble. He shouldn't have got the title. And I would say this. There have been people who've been saying that they wish that the partner was Daniel Bryan. And I just want to say real quick, that's a bad idea for the simple fact that whatever Daniel Bryan is going to be involved in with Roman Reigns, he's going to get booed. And that's not what they're trying to do. If Daniel Bryan was in that match, every time Roman Reigns would have hit the ring, he would have got booed.
And you're talking about the pay-per-view last night, right?
Yeah, I'm talking about the pay-per-view last night. And he would have got booed tonight if Daniel Bryan was a mystery partner, because he would have been out there with him tonight. Yeah, well, he would have got booed tonight.
I think they did something good by removing him from the main event picture. It's kind of rehabilitated him now. He's actually cutting better promos like we spoke about, and he's actually more exciting in the ring. You know, he's getting better. Hey, look out for him. He's going to be the WWE champion. This is not over with him by a long shot. Thomas, go ahead.
I would just say that I'm very surprised they didn't do a continuation of that Y2J storyline that they did last night. So Y2J comes out as a mystery partner. Nothing said about it tonight. I mean, they recapped that he was the mystery partner and stuff, but he bumped Dean Ambrose on the way out, and then nothing tonight about that. So that was strange.
That's a really good point, but I think that's coming. I don't think that bump was for granted. I think they're going to start up some type of feud between him and Dean Ambrose, and that'll be a good match. Any closing thoughts on this opening segment?
I just want to say that I thought it was cool. It wasn't a long drawn out promo. It wasn't an Authority or Seth Rollins type promo, which I was so happy about. It kind of felt like I was watching Impact for a minute. It was a promo that led to a brawl. And for those who don't know, if you watch Impact, for the 5 people who do, Impact promos start out with a promo and then a brawl. And that's fine with me. I don't care how many opening promos you do, as long as there's some fighting in the result. So I had no problem with this promo. I had no problem with the opening segment.
You guys think this is a response to the low ratings that they've been getting? That they decided to move away maybe from having the Authority or somebody come out there and speak for 15 minutes?
Well, they've said, I've read this online where they said they're trying to change up the style of the wrestlers. I don't know if that means if they're going to do like a little bit more of a strong style type thing, or if they're just going to they said that they're limiting the kick out of finishers. So that's one thing that's changing. But the fact they did it this way, you know how I am with this company, man. I take things with a grain of salt. So I couldn't say.
I think they're going to change what they do in response to what's happening on Monday Night Football. Honestly, I think there's a New York team tonight versus a Colts, and they knew they had to start hot because a lot of people are going to be watching this game. So they just started hot, and I think it's going to change week to week in what they do in terms of programming.
Yeah, and Andrew Luck is absolutely killing me right now. He's doing absolutely nothing. Yeah,
I'm sure there's no safe things in fantasy.
All right, let's move on. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. Finish up.
I just find it. I'm just happy that the storyline of Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose turning on each other didn't happen. Not yet, because I think what they're doing, coming out with the Shield stuff, is nice. Is good.
Cool.
You know what I mean? It's good stuff.
It is good stuff. All right, you guys want to talk about the Cosmic Wasteland or whatever? What was their name, Thomas? That you texted me earlier.
That's why I was looking at my notes and stuff. It's the Astro Alliance.
Astro Alliance.
It's so bad. It's such a bad name.
Wait. That's what they're calling the Lucha Dragons?
No. The Cosmic Wasteland is now the Astro Alliance, supposedly.
And they're from the Cosmic Wasteland, which is dumb. That's so dumb. The Cosmic Wasteland is such a good name. And they're like, oh, no, that's where we're from. Oh, here's the thing, man. Vince is gone, or the marketing department has gone full George Lucas. They are looking at toys first. It's toys first, and Astro Alliance is a toy name for these guys right now. So that's all it is. Cosmic Wasteland, I don't think a little kid in Iowa is going to buy that. Astro Alliance, that's hot.
That's hot. Let's go with that. So, and the other guys, Lucha Dragons and Neville, they're calling them the Lucha Heroes. At least that's what JBL said.
Yeah, he said the Lucha Heroes, actually. I remember when he said that, and I was like, ugh. And not for nothing, but watching Neville do the Lucha, it was like watching Smeagol do it. It was like, gosh. He needs not to do that.
My precious.
It was terrible. And this Astro Alliance sounds like a double medication for diarrhea. You need help. Go to the Astro Alliance.
That doesn't sound anything like that, but whatever. So, Lucha Heroes go over on this one. I don't think there's anything left to say, right?
No.
We can move on from that.
They obviously needed something for the Ascension to do.
Yeah.
And so they aligned him with and I gotta tell you, they aligned him with Cody Rhodes. When I first saw it, I said, okay, not too bad. I actually like that they found something for these dudes to do, but now that I see it play out, it's like, Like you couldn't have gotten somebody better to join forces with Stardust. I mean,
I think Stardust should go back to being Cody Rhodes. What's up, Thomas?
of course.
I think the Lucha Dragons are probably not, with the exception of the New Day, because I love them. I think they're the best tag team possibly in this division. Do you guys think that they're not getting the proper push because New Day is everywhere right now? And
Absolutely, man. No, absolutely.
So they're suppressing because you guys know the Lucha Dragons. Kalisto is
amazing.
I don't even know. I want to say he's better than Rey Mysterio, but I don't know if I can say that because Rey Mysterio is probably one of the best wrestlers I've seen. But Kalisto is damn near close, and they are getting no burn right now. That whole Astro Alliance Lucha Heroes thing is awful.
You know what Kalisto is? Kalisto's super fast. He's way faster than Mysterio ever was, I think. I don't think he's as sound in the ring as Rey Mysterio was or is, but he will be at one point if you just let him run it. That's an excellent tag team. I think they should really. There's room for more than one tag team. It doesn't just have to be the New Day. They had Cesaro and Tyson Kidd who were up on their level. They were just one of the best tag teams out. So I mean, they could do this with the Lucha Dragons. They've opted not to. What's up, A-Track?
I think if people Google or YouTube and watch Samurai Del Sol versus Ricochet, a lot of people will say, yeah, he's better than Rey Mysterio.
Pro Wrestling Gorilla, go check that. That was an awesome match.
He definitely should be pushed to be the new Rey Mysterio for this generation. I think eventually the New Day will find their way towards the Lucha Dragons. Eventually, it's just how long is it going to take? When it comes to the Lucha Dragons, I'm not ready to say that they've completely blown it yet because for all intended purposes, they still just got here. So I'll give it a few months before I'll say that they're officially irrelevant right now in the tag team division.
All right, let's move on. Let's talk about Ryback and Bo Dallas. Now, I wasn't expecting Bo Dallas to come out there. Now, there's been some type of a attitude change for Bo. He's not trying to be inspirational anymore. He's just telling you, hey, listen, you're not as good as me. I think, what was his catchphrase? It's not believe that, it's believe in me.
He said, it was believe me.
Yeah, believe me. So there's something going on there. There's something different that they're trying to do with this guy. Ryback goes over in this match. Any thoughts, Thomas?
I don't know. I like Bo Dallas a lot. I don't think he should get more stuff going on, but I understand that there's a backlog of mid-carders right now. Mm-hmm. I mean, it served its purpose. Kevin Owens came out and did commentary. The only thing I didn't like about this match wasn't what happened in the match. It was what's going on outside. Kevin Owens didn't give that really great commentary he usually gives on NXT. He was actually very calm on the mic. He didn't dress down Michael Cole like I thought he was going to do.
You know what I like that he does do is that he completely ignores everybody except for JBL. He'll shake JBL's hand, but everybody else he wants nothing to do with him.
That's that heel work right there. I love it. That's that straight up heel work.
A-Track, Ed.
Well, I find that funny. The master of the Feed Me More goes up against Bo Dallas. I'm never gonna get over the fact that he called himself the master of the Feed Me More, and then I saw a guy in the crowd with a big Feed Me More sign, and I said to myself, was this guy a plant? Where do you get that type of sign from? It was his exact logo in perfection. It was you had to buy that. You couldn't have put that together yourself. But the match was, it was what it was. I didn't. I'm just not a fan of Ryback anymore. I'm done with that guy. Bo Dallas didn't even get an entrance, and that's a clear-cut sign of you're not being treated good at all. But Bo Dallas, as Billy Ray said, his attitude has changed somewhat to being a little bit more in your face with what he's saying. Instead of trying to be inspirational, he's trying to bring your self-esteem down.
Yeah, he's got a little bit of cockiness to him.
Kevin Owens was great, and he's just when I see Kevin Owens out there, it just reminds me, or not even reminds me, it makes me think about what if one of us would have been a wrestler? We would have been like Kevin Owens, because Kevin Owens is the guy that does everything the right way, a true student of of what a heel is supposed to be or what a wrestler is supposed to be, with the exception of his body weight. But that's neither here or there. I think that's what makes Kevin Owens exceptional, in my opinion. A lot of people will sit here and say, well, if he got in the gym, he'd be treated better, and he probably would. And I think to his credit, I think to WWE's credit, if Kevin Owens was to go in the gym and get rid of the gut, he doesn't even have to be cut up like Ryback. Just get rid of the gut for your own career's sake. Do something with your body for your own career's sake. I mean, this is a man who's good friends with Davey Richards, and Davey Richards didn't even want to drop the title because this dude didn't want to get in the gym. So I think that says a lot. I mean, for me, for hardcore fans, we see that the way Kevin Owens looks goes with what he can do in the ring, because his size is like you've never seen a big guy move like that since Vader and Bam Bam Bigelow.
Yeah,
and it's amazing to see him, but for the sake of his career, I just hope that he goes in there and goes into the gym and just gets rid of his gut, so they won't have anything to say. After that, they'll have nothing to say.
Hey, Tom, real quick, Thomas. So
yes, bro.
He just won the IC title last night, right? I was very happy to see that. I didn't think it was going to happen so early, but I was very happy that they gave him the belt. At least they're taking him semi-seriously.
Right.
Do you think he gets a long run with this belt? Do you think he becomes the John Cena to the IC title, what John Cena is to the US title? Can they do that with Kevin Owens?
My first thought when I saw that he won the title was that exactly what you just said, that they're going to have him do some Intercontinental Open challenges. But also I see it coming to a head. I don't know if it's Survivor Series, and I don't know if it's Royal Rumble or WrestleMania. I don't know where it is. But it's going to be a unification match with John Cena and Kevin Owens for that United States title, which I'm sure John Cena will not lose because he already lost the unification match already. But since they already had the Cena Owens already, that those three great matches already, I can see down the road them having an Intercontinental versus US title match.
Wow!
So that's what I think is going to happen. I think they're gonna find each other somewhere down the road. But I don't know how they're going to treat it. I don't know if they would do 2 unification matches. Now that I'm thinking about it, but it would be cool if they did.
Very cool.
I would like to see that, and there'll be one U.S. or United States champion.
I would IC champion.
Yeah, UC or IC
US
champion.
IC US champion. I would actually respect them if they gave it that tagline. The US IC champion. Kind of sounds like the IWGP champion. This is not as great.
And you know how they love stealing stuff, so they probably would. They're like, no, that's our idea.
So let's move on, right? So next segment was actually really good. It was Charlotte came out to celebrate. Ric Flair ushered her out. Ric Flair is crying. He cries for everything, but it was still it was still super touching because it was real. And I think that's what made this segment special, because it was real. It didn't look scripted. Even I have a problem with Charlotte when she comes out and cuts some promos. It doesn't seem natural to me, but this was pretty natural. And then Paige came out and she ate it up. Paige was amazing, hands down. And this crowd was amazing too, because normally crowds around the United States don't really connect with divas.
They crap all over the divas.
But Paige got a hell of an ovation when they mentioned her name, and then she cut the Paige pipe bomb, I call it, man. Like, I mean, seriously, she just went off. So not all the lines connected as well as they should have, but regardless, she made her point. Thomas, tell me what you thought about this, man.
I thought it was my main problem with Paige is all the time. A-Track was talking about how sometimes you give people too long promos, and I think a lot of times with her, she just like messes up the words that are in her mouth. They come out like like she does that. But I think she did. It was very consistent what happened with her tonight. This is the level of frustration she's at right now, right? Yeah, throughout the whole thing, the home team PCB. It's funny. I just read an article with her where she was talking about how this is not. She told the writers that the submission sorority was not going to be a good idea, and they were like, "Okay, yeah, we'll take care of it." And they come in Monday night, and we're the submission sorority type of thing. Mm-hmm. So it went along with what was going on. I figured this type of thing would happen once Charlotte won, and I'm glad it is, because it's probably going to set up some tremendous matches between Paige and Charlotte right now.
Yo,
Just
and
get Bella out of there.
let me tell you one more thing though. Back on Nikki Bella, she actually cut a good promo too. It seemed natural to me. She's never natural. I don't know what was in the air today, what's in the water. I have no idea, but it was good. I thought she came out and she looked like a real heel. And she sounded as if she meant what she was saying. So it just resonated with me. A-Track, give me something. Not too long, A-Track.
Yeah, no doubt. Don't worry, I'm not Seth Rollins. I thought that Paige doing what she did was awesome. The anti-diva is back. I absolutely love that. That was her NXT heel type gimmick, that she was the anti-diva, and it seemed like she was doing that. She had a little of that AJ thing in there when AJ dropped that so-called pipe bomb on the divas. It seems to me that Ric Flair and his daughter will always cry when they're together in the ring, like she mentioned before. And I think a lot of that has to do with they probably think about Reed, who's no longer around.
God bless.
And I'll just go off and say for real quick that I'm really upset that he's not here, because that kid was going to be something. He was great. He really was good at what he was doing. But anyway, it was good. That was another thing that came off natural. Didn't sound forced. Didn't sound scripted. And now it seems like they could be putting the ball in motion with this whole so-called Divas Revolution. And our very own Fame Black on the PW Hustle podcast said that, now might be like 8 other divas going after this one title. So let's just see what happens. But once again, let's just take everything with a grain of salt, because next week Paige could be a face.
True.
Now,
True.
Charlotte beat Brie Bella in a what I thought was a good match. I thought Brie was great. Okay. Let me not get carried away with myself. I thought she was good.
Charlotte can sell. That's what it is. Charlotte sells like nobody's business right now.
Maybe you're absolutely right that Charlotte made her better. Regardless of that, if Charlotte made her better, I will take it.
It's
because
great.
I'm used to seeing other stuff, and and it was good. So I enjoyed
that Brie mode still has to go.
That definitely has to go, but it's commendable to the crowd that they actually got into it.
They did. They popped for that.
They popped for it. I mean, I was against that from day one. As soon as I heard her say that, I was like, why is she saying that? This is murder. But I mean, she keeps saying it, and it finally got over on one crowd in the United States. And good for you.
Every time I see her do that, it just reminds me of every girl that I see who tries to power up like they're trying to imitate Dragon Ball Z, and it comes off kind of corny because they're girls. So when she does it, it's just like, stop doing that. But the crowd likes it, so hey, what does that say for the WWE universe?
All right, man. So hey, let's move on, right? So Sheamus fights Mark, or wrestles, or entertains, whatever Vince McMahon wants to call it. Sheamus against Mark Henry. Sheamus is the Money in the Bank winner. Mark Henry is used exclusively to put talent over these days. That's all. It's not even competitive. I think they can use Mark Henry in a much better way. That's just me. Thomas F. Ray, tell me what you think.
If Jericho and Mark Henry are in this Shawn Michaels mode of their career where they're just jobbing to everybody that's come along, that's fine because they're going to put on good matches. I'm not fine with you have Mark Henry jobbing all the time and you don't put a mic in his hand. At least everybody gets a mic on Raw. Everybody gets to talk. Everybody. You had 30 dudes talking tonight, and then Mark Henry comes out. He does somebody, and then he comes out and he jobs, and then that's it. I'm like, well, how long ago? 3-4 years ago, this dude was giving the best promos in the business, and now all of a sudden he's just coming out, walks into a bro kick, leaves, cashes his check, and goes home. That's it.
I do that. So
you walk into bro kicks.
I'd come in, walk into a bro kick, and get my check and go home. That's a living right there.
He's like that. Is that direct deposit going to be okay? We're good.
All right, no problem.
Somebody going to cash a paycheck.
All right, man. So. Go ahead, Tom.
No, I was just saying, it's just and that's fine. Like I said, everybody gets a mic. Give Mark Henry a mic. I'm sure he has some great things to still say. That's all. That's my only issue.
My thing is this is one thing that I found really strange about Mark Henry tonight. He came out to no reaction.
Yeah.
No reaction. And they were in his home state of Texas where he usually gets a pop. And not for nothing, he always gets a good size reaction because every time that music hits, people usually just go, uh-oh. But I think they've gotten wind to the fact that now he's just putting over people. That when Mark Henry's going to come out, he's going to lose. Because I remember specifically that music was what still got Mark Henry over. You just heard, whoa, so it's all right, go. And you just got, here comes Mark Henry. Something crazy is gonna happen. But now you know that music is associated with a loser. That's just the way it is, and I think it will be a testament in the weeks to come to see how that goes over. I wasn't even too thrilled about that match. Sheamus even missed the bro kick to the point where he did it twice to make up for the first one he completely missed, and that was kind of Mark Henry's fault. He sold that a little bit too early. And he tried to play it off. Oh, Michael, he didn't get all of his chest. I didn't think he got his head, Michael. I think he got his chest.
He got his chest, Michael.
That's that Titus O'Neil big kick. Titus O'Neil, I hit you in the face. He will hit you in the chest, and that's where it's go. No matter your height, he can't get his leg fully far enough up to hit you in the face.
But so high it could go. Anyway. Yeah. So listen. So I think Sheamus is gonna be a WWE champ again, man. I think so. I think this is the way they're going to do it. Like, he's going to be the Authority's new guy. He's going to take the belt, and that's how they turn Seth Rollins' face. I had an epiphany, and I think that's what's going to happen.
If that's what they're headed for in the midst of this Monday Night Wars with the NFL, then they're going to be in for even more of a lower ratings drop because nobody cares about Sheamus.
Monday Night Wars with the NFL.
Pretty much.
Wow.
I would submit. My opinion is that it's going to be Kevin Owens at some point. Maybe after Sheamus, maybe before Sheamus, but Kevin Owens is going to be the new Authority guy at some point. That's bank. Put that in money in the bank. I don't know. Maybe he's going to win Money in the Bank. I don't know.
Put that broad kick in your face, and you could go cash a direct deposit check for your money.
Right. Somebody going to get direct deposit. That's it. Every time I see you, I'm gonna think about that. Somebody get direct deposit.
Somebody gonna catch their paycheck. Somebody gonna get a 6-pack.
Yeah.
Yo, so let's move on, right? So now Kane has been all over the show. We haven't mentioned it, but he has been. He came back. He doesn't remember what he did last night. So he's the Demon Kane. He's freaking Corporate Kane, and now he's
Citizen Kane.
Citizen Kane, Amnesia Kane.
Kane.
He just Candy Kane. he's completely forgetting, air quotes, what happened the night before that he came back as the Demon Kane, and now he's Corporate Kane. So I don't know if you guys want to talk anything about that, but it looks like, especially we'll catch the rest of that at the end of the review. But it looks like Kane is the next in line to challenge Seth Rollins.
I thought that was kind of in his hand because Kane he's not bad in his role. And I want to make a quick point when people look at the Big Show and Kane, because a lot of them try to compare them to and say, oh, they're done. Kane still has some value. I don't think the Big Show has any much value anymore. Nobody's screaming at Kane, please retire. There are a lot of people who just want him to put the mask back on.
Yeah.
So, when he tells Seth Rollins, I don't know what you're talking about. And, hey, by the way, I invoke your rematch clause tonight. And you see Seth Rollins is like, I don't really want to defend my title. I don't really want to try to get my title back. I don't want to get the U.S. title back after last night. And I'm looking at it like, you got to make this U.S. title mean something. Isn't that the point? Shouldn't Seth Rollins want to get that U.S. title back?
Let's hit that later. We haven't even gotten there. You're getting way ahead of yourself right now.
You're talking about Kane because that's what happened.
Yeah, let's talk about Kane. But Kane was all over Raw. He wasn't just in the last segment. He was all over Raw throughout the night, being the general manager. So that's what I was trying to get at. Let's move on real quick. You want to say something, Tom? Go ahead.
I want to say, but we can't act like Corporate Kane wasn't the most boring character you've ever seen before in your life, right?
He was cool for like a hot second. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Segments were like him going to the dry cleaners, him actually filing paperwork, getting copies at the copy machine. Those are all like his from. But you're right. I think to your point, Big Show doesn't have any storyline value. Kane has storyline value because that demon stuff always plays well. Yeah. So you're right. They wanted to put him on the mask, and that's why he has long range. He could be Demon Kane and never win a match, and he'll still be booked somewhere. But go ahead.
You know what? He gets that Mark Henry reaction, that Mark Henry used to get when the song popped off that you guys were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
Kane still gets that when he puts on the mask. It's like, oh my God.
Yeah.
is Demon Kane, no matter what he did before. So he still has some value there. So we got the New Day, your personal favorite tag team of all time, Thomas F. Ray. We got the New Day and Rusev. Hot Summer was with him. Against
Summer, hold me fish.
That's
hold
what
the fish,
he calls
Summer.
her.
Take me fish.
She's a call here. It's a fish. That was
hold the fish, Summer.
I'm sorry, man. That was one of the best segments on Raw. I don't care what anyone says. I laughed hysterically. He gave her a cold fish. Anyway. And Dog Ziggler.
You are a cold fish. It's just the fact that he said it. That's what made it funny. But the fact when I saw that, I was like, you got to be kidding me.
It was hilarious. I thought it was hilarious. Thomas, what's up? Go ahead.
No, I was going to say, the fact that they recognized that Rusev is hilarious was such a great creative move. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, it's just how he says things and how his reactions are like the best thing on Raw. Like, I look forward to watching him just have normal conversations because they're hilarious.
And
anything he does is hilarious.
Him and the New Day gel like this. Like, it was crazy to watch them. Like, they were like one in the same. And they went up against the Dudleys and Ziggler. It was a good match, right?
Yeah, it wasn't bad. The highlight of the match was Xavier Woods out there on the trombone?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, out there in the trombone playing Rusev's music. And the thing is, a lot of people don't realize who don't watch Xavier Woods' YouTube channel, Xavier Woods and Rusev are cool. They're good friends backstage. So to actually see him out there with the New Day, I thought made sense. I thought they worked well together. The only thing I'm worried about is Rusev should still be a monster. Don't mix him up with the comedy team too much. Even though I do see Rusev turning into a face in the future, I see him turn into a face, and when they turn him into a face, they're gonna make a joke out of him, and I don't want that to really happen. So like as of right now, don't let him, be in the mix of being laughable too much, but tonight was great.
I love the Monster Kane, but I also really like Misogynist Kane. Not Kane, I'm sorry. Rusev. Imagine Misogynist Kane.
Misogynist Kane!
It's the natural transition of his character, okay? Like, he's been everything else. Let him be a misogynist now. But no, let me talk about Rusev or whatever. I love Misogynist Rusev. Go ahead, Thomas F. Ray.
I was gonna say you can't get any funnier than that Bulgarian jacket that he comes out with, right? The all Bulgarian with the flag on there. You go to the club with that, son. Like that's something. He comes out with that flag. I can see him going to a Bulgarian club tomorrow in that jump off, and everybody's like, "I need one of those."
Bulgarian club.
Everybody's like, "Where did you get that from?"
Where do you find a Bulgarian club in New York City? Like,
yeah, New York. That's where you.
And how do you know about this? Is a better question.
In Queens.
Good Lord.
A Bulgarian club in Queens. I can see him and like five other Bulgarian dudes rocking that jacket, and they're like a team. I can see that. That's great.
So
that's it.
Hey, how you doing? Do you want to go to my place and have some fish? You are a cold fish woman. I tried to talk to you. I tried to give you good news or something. You say nothing to me.
No, my favorite is you betrayed me, Lana.
Betrayed me.
You betrayed me. But it's okay, Lana. I forgive you. Anyway, so New Day and Rusev go over in this match, and New Day is excellent tag team. They're using Xavier Woods exclusively in the managerial role, but I'll take it because he's great at it. And eventually he'll get in the ring. Big Ray of OneWrestling.com, he thinks that Spike Dudley's coming down the hatch at some point, and it's gonna be the Dudley Boys and Spike versus all three of the New Day. That might happen.
Wow. That'll be.
I'm not against that because it is a large Dudley family. Rest in peace to Big Dick.
Rest in peace.
So to have the runt of the litter come out with his brothers it's not a really bad idea as long as it doesn't get overplayed.
And they should do it in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Or New York City.
Or New York City, exactly.
And we could give Chicago a pass. I think Chicago will put it over.
Yeah, definitely.
Tom, what's up?
I wanted to say that, first of all, I didn't know that they said this is going to be the 20th year that Dudley Boys are together, which makes me feel extremely old. I remember watching them on like a VHS tape back in like 96, you know what I mean? And for ECW. Also, the last time I really popped hard for Spike Dudley was that when he came out during that tables, ladders, and chairs match. Remember when Rhino, Lita, and Spike Dudley came out and got involved in that TLC match at I think it was WrestleMania. It was. That's the last time I've truly popped hard for Spike Dudley. But I liked him a lot. But I just remember that being one of my favorite moments for Spike Dudley. So I hope he comes back.
Awesome. All right. So we got Naomi versus Natty Neidhart in a match, which was actually very athletic. They even did the old Rob Van Dam spot where they both kick out and stand up and do this kind of. It was a good match. It was a decent match for the Divas division. Again, like they had two good matches and the people kind of dug it. Am I wrong? Give me your opinions. Hey.
At this point, I will be honest and say I went out to walk the dog.
Real nice.
So I missed most of the match. But I will say I am saddened that I went out to walk the dog because I do enjoy Natalya. And Naomi is very athletic, though she can be sloppy.
Yeah.
But I think if Naomi becomes a little bit more clean and crisp, we could be looking at one of the better female wrestlers in the business today.
If she tightens it up, she could be one of the best.
Exactly. I mean, in my opinion, Gail Kim is the best, the best ever.
Awesome Kong in the United States. Let's remember.
In the United States,
let's remember Japan. A lot of serious women wrestlers over
there.
Go there
with Japan, but in the United States, Gail Kim to me is the best. But like I said, Naomi just needs to clean it up a little bit and be a little bit more crisp. And, find her way back into getting the audience back on her side. This heel thing is not really working for her.
No, I like it.
I don't really buy her as a heel.
I buy her more as a heel than she's a face. Thomas, give me your thoughts.
I agree. I think Naomi, a lot of times, she would smile during her promos and stuff like that, which really threw a lot of people off. I did to your point. I would say that the woman who's probably, in my opinion, and this is me prognosticating, and just because she's great, Sasha Banks possibly being the best female wrestler of this current generation coming up. I think that girl's got all the tools, and I think hanging around. All the people she's hanging around. Sidebar: have you guys been watching what's been going on with a lot of Instagram stuff? That New Day and
I've seen so much of that, and it's hilarious.
What's going on?
They call themselves Bad Day, and they all they stole. Big E didn't steal. That's the wrong term, but took a lot of Sasha Banks stuff. So he had a ring and her glasses on, and Xavier Woods put his hair like whatchamacallit, like Tamina. And I don't know what Kofi was doing. Kofi doesn't seem like the type of dude who plays around them games. He's like, y'all go ahead. He was just like, y'all go ahead. And then they took the tag team belts, Team Bad, and they tried to act like New Day. And it's a lot of that stuff has been going out. It's been rumored that Sasha Banks and Big E are going out. I think what we're seeing is that Sasha Banks is like really like doing well backstage, and she really the rumor is Triple H really likes her, and I think she's going to be like really, really great. But you're right. We have Gail Kim is tremendous, as she should have threw herself out of that Rumble in WWE to get herself totally eliminated. But the Divas division is back on track. I'm sorry, I don't want
to at least for one day.
And I will say this: Sasha comes off really natural as a heel. And that's my only complaint about Naomi. It doesn't really come off natural too much. Naomi, she needs to have a little bit more of that, mean black mama attitude.
I disagree, man.
I just don't see it yet. I mean, maybe
I disagree. I think the attitude is down. I think if she tightens it up a little bit, she could be the best because she is more athletic than Sasha Banks. Sasha Banks is amazingly good. Yeah. Amazingly good, but I think as far as physical gifts go, as the physicality in the ring is what the potential is, she can be the Seth Rollins of the women's division if she tightens it up.
And that's a very good call. Yeah, very good call.
If she tightens it up.
What do you guys think?
Go ahead.
Is it her finisher, you think? Is it the rear end?
Yeah, number one, that's stupid.
Absolutely.
That is dumb. First, that's something that a face would do, not a heel. And and on that note, people need to understand when you're a heel, your moveset has to represent your attitude. And she does things in the ring that doesn't come off as a heel. It comes off a little bit face-ish. And I think that's the main point that I'm trying to make.
But not only that, it's for a comedic face. That's not
exactly.
It's not for a serious face. That's something.
Nobody's gonna take you seriously.
Brutus the Barber Beefcake was doing that when he was the booty man. It didn't work out very well. Like,
hey, that one Ice King Parsons is a world title, okay, in like 1985, but it was a world title.
Oh, nothing get by
back
you,
in
man.
the day.
All right, so Big Show against Cesaro. Cesaro is done, right?
We say that every week, don't we? All of us in our heads, we say that every week, and every week he comes out and he does something really, really incredible
to put himself back over. I think when Tyson Kidd comes back, if he comes back, it'll resurrect his career a little more. But I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know if they have faith in this guy, man. I love Cesaro, but I mean, I get it. All right, Big Show needed somebody to beat in order to, go into this match with Brock Lesnar at MSG, October 3rd for the network. I get that. You could have put Zack Ryder out there. I mean, I guess they wanted to make him look strong. You could have had him beat Mark Henry. I don't know why Cesaro was in this position. A-Track, give me your thoughts, and then Ray.
I hate to say I told you so, but I told you so. I have said this from the jump when everybody got all excited and everybody, was jumping up and down for joy. When he was going against John Cena, it was like they're going to put Cesaro back on track, high mid-Carter. I said, nope. Vince does not like this guy. Triple H may like him. Vince doesn't. And I'm pretty sure Kevin Dunn doesn't care for him either. I'm just speculating, but I know Vince doesn't like him. And at the end of the day, they're not doing anything with this dude. And it's clear the people need to get behind Cesaro like they got behind Daniel Bryan.
Well, there's a Cesaro corner.
I mean, there is a Cesaro section. It is just the second time around that I've seen this Cesaro section. Some people seem to forget that when he was getting over before, there was a Cesaro section. And people in the back didn't care. So I think that people need to really rally around Cesaro like they did Daniel Bryan if they really want Cesaro to go somewhere, because that'll force the WWE's hand. And if Daniel Bryan, the backing of Daniel Bryan by the people was any example of how to get people into the main event somehow, it's you gotta stay strong, hijack the shows, do what you need to, make sure they understand that you want Cesaro out there. And the funny thing is, Cesaro doesn't even have merch like that. So then they'll come up with an excuse and say, well, he didn't draw. You're not giving him a chance to draw. I mean, yes, this is a guy who's getting over on his own ability, but if you keep having him lose to a man that people are asking to retire.
No, but you understand why, though.
He values him.
But
I understand why, but at the end of the day, nobody wanted to see that at the expense of Cesaro.
No, I think they could have went another route. But
and it doesn't matter what happens. They sold Kofi against Brock. They didn't need to have that to sell the Big Show against Brock. They didn't. Right now on social media, people are writing GIFs and memes about RIP Big Show, saying now he will retire. So they didn't even need to do that for Cesaro. They could have put anybody out there.
Yeah, let's remember the Royal Rumble massacre when he squared off against Brock Lesnar at the Royal Rumble. I want to say about a year ago or 2 years ago, and Brock Lesnar just annihilated the Big Show. So, anyway, Thomas, you got anything to say about this, bro?
I mean, I agree. It's just that I think sometimes as wrestling fans, I know I do, I get caught up in like wins and losses. I always say that when I was younger, wins and losses don't mean as much as they do now. They're more important than they are now. But we were just talking about Mark Henry. Mark Henry was 3 or 4 matches out of the world title shot that he had. When he beat Big Show, and then he beat Randy Orton, and then somebody else. Then he beat like Randy Orton. He was world champion. You could build somebody up, but it's if people would want to see you get built up back again. You know what I mean? They keep having him get knocked out straight up like that, Cesaro. Then I don't know if there's going to be too much more of a Cesaro section. But he's only, like I said, I think right now, if he gets 4 hot matches, he could be in any
Absolutely.
scene.
Absolutely. What was that? Was that a spaceship over your house?
You heard that, right?
Oh, my God. I have no clue what that was.
It's like, what's going on?
I have no clue what that was.
I think that's a UFO outside your house.
No,
I think it's the Astro Alliance.
I heard you in talking. You're like, what? No. Right. Is that? I love how those gloves have become like something for like football players and like wrestlers.
Seriously.
It's like
AJ Styles kind of started that.
yeah, and it's just like
Stardust is just making it look awful.
All right,
No
let's move
credit
on. We
to
got one more thing to hit, but I do want to talk about that very brief Wyatt promo that came on towards the end of the show with Strowman just, saying how he killed a snake once. And I thought it was an awesome promo. I mean, it was like literally a minute long with all three of them talking, and the camera was right up on their face, with the smoke and all of this. Just awesome promo. We don't got to talk about it unless you guys absolutely want to, but I wanted to acknowledge that I thought it was great. Like, I mean, they just limited them to just a couple of key phrases, and let's get it moving, and it was perfect.
I will say that once again, they kept it short and to the point.
Exactly.
And that's the way it should be. I mean, Bray Wyatt is somebody who can obviously talk.
Yeah.
But, when and Luke Harper is not that bad either in the pre-recorded promo. No. So whenever it's like that, just keep it short and simple because you had all three guys speaking. So it was good. It was good.
It was very good. And now, main event of the night, John Cena, the newly crowned United States Heavyweight Champion of the world, versus the WWE World Heavyweight Champion, Seth Rollins. In this case, the U.S. title was on the line, not the world title. So both of these guys went up against each other. They fought each other last night, and Cena wins. So a rematch because Kane wants to take out his aggressions on Seth Rollins, and he made this rematch. What did you guys think of the match? Well, let me tell you what I thought of the match. Then Thomas, then A-Track. I thought the match was very good. Not their best, but it was very good. Every time these two guys get together, in my opinion, they have great matches. You could say that Seth Rollins is carrying them. I think that John Cena pulls his own weight. Seth Rollins is the best in the world. I've said that many times. But John Cena pulls his own weight in these things. They had one not-so-good match at SummerSlam, right? I think it was at SummerSlam. It was just okay. But on the Raw match that they had when Cena broke his nose was excellent. And every other match they've had after that was at least good. And this was at least good. Cena goes over. It was a good match. Thomas, tell me what's up.
From the first time I saw them wrestle on SmackDown till now, you're right. They've put on some tremendous matches. I haven't seen many bad things come out of them. I truly enjoy it. Now, I know A-Track's going to disagree with me on this, but I think this is the best year of Cena as a character. It's his best year.
No, there's nothing to disagree at. That's a fact, and it is what it is. But go ahead.
It's his best year as a character. It's all the stuff that I hated about him. He's rectified this year. Not saying it's going to stay like that, but his choices make sense. He's not burying anybody. I didn't like the finish of the match particularly, but whatever. It was still made sense. All of it did.
Okay, now get ready. Everybody brace yourself. A-Track Brown, go ahead.
I thought the match.
And be nice.
I heard that in my head like 1,000 times before I spoke. I thought the match was not all that, but it was okay. And that's me being fair. Mm-hmm. Cena didn't really.
That's what we can expect.
He didn't tick me off too much. And I know this is me. I'm being 100 and completely real. I'm keeping it 100. I thought the match was okay. It was decent. Not too much botching from what I saw. But then again, I was having a delicious steak dinner. But I will say that Cena has got to sell better because the spot where Seth kicked him in the head and he went for the frog splash, I just started laughing because I was like, come on, dude. Like, the dude just kicked you in the head and you're falling down like you're a cartoon.
Hey, come on.
So I didn't really like that too much, but it didn't take me out of the match. It was decent.
All right, and then we saw Kane drag Seth Rollins under the ring, a la The Undertaker, with the smoke and the whole deal. And this is what we're gonna get: Kane versus Seth Rollins at the next pay-per-view, probably. What do you think, Thomas? What do you think about that, man?
Kane in any pay-per-view is not great.
Agreed.
I just think about how bad he's. I don't know if you guys know, but Kane was the first opponent for Benoit, and Kane was the first opponent for Daniel Bryan after they won the world titles. So he's not going to be Seth Rollins.
You're absolutely right.
he's not going to be Seth Rollins' first opponent, but at the same time, it never bodes well when he gets involved in these type of things. It's not his fault a lot of times, but just stuff doesn't go right. I don't know. You think they're going to have a Hell in a Cell match? They have a Hell in a Cell match, and maybe some cool stuff happens, and then Seth walks out champion probably. But besides that, I'm not really interested. But by the way, what do you guys think about when they name a pay-per-view a certain thing, and there's only like one match that's that certain thing?
I'm cool with that.
I'm absolutely fine with that.
Yeah, I don't want it to be 8 different Hell in a Cell matches because then it takes away from the other matches, in my opinion.
Okay. No, I just wanted to know if it's like, because like in TNA when they had those
Lethal Lockdown. Yeah. Everything in a cage. The announcers are in a cage. The audience will be in a cage.
Yeah. Everybody's in a cage, right? So I just like to get different wrestling fans' opinion on that stuff. So that's just me. All
right. So anyway, I'm not too excited about this main event, but you know what? We are getting. They already announced it's going to be The Undertaker versus Brock Lesnar in a Hell in a Cell.
Yes.
I also want to suggest that they have a Divas World Title match in the Hell in a Cell.
I would love to see that.
I would love to see it, and I also want to see a Divas Money in the Bank match. Yeah. They have enough of them now, and they can make another diva relevant by walking around with this briefcase trying to challenge. I mean, it'll keep it interesting. It's done a lot for the world title. I think they should do that too. I know this is random, but I just wanted to bring it up. Any closing thoughts, guys?
I thought that the ending segment was actually pretty cool, and it goes to my point when I say that there's still value in Kane. Though that was a rehash type moment, and it made me feel like I was like watching something 15 years ago, or even freaking 20 years ago for that matter. It was still cool. It was cool to see, and though this is like filler right now for Rollins having Kane challenging for the title. But it's like I said, there's value in Kane. That moment wasn't too bad. The people in the arena seemed to enjoy it. I actually enjoyed it as well. But I will go back to what I said before about when Kane told Seth about this U.S. title match. Can I go there right now, Mr. Billy Ray?
Do what you need to do.
All right. So when they told Seth Rollins he was in this title match, he almost didn't want it. And it's like, you got to make this title mean something. So wouldn't you want that title match back? I mean, I'm pretty sure if he would have lost the world title, he would have been like, I want my world title shot. I want my rematch. It's not fair. I want my rematch. And, Jay Lethal, if he was to lose the TV title, he'd be calling for a rematch immediately. So, if you're going to rip off Jay Lethal, the greatest wrestler right now, the greatest booked wrestler, can I say that? Because I see you looking at me.
The best booked wrestler right now. If you want to say that, that's fine.
The best booked wrestler, in my opinion, and the best wrestler of the year.
Seth Rollins?
No, Jay Lethal. Okay. if you're gonna rip the man off, at least just stop making Seth Rollins look like a freaking sissy. It's just, he's not a wuss. It's like they're trying to match his personality with his voice, and that's not cool.
All right, bro. Thanks for that, bro. Thomas, anything?
I think I just wanted to go back to your point about a Divas Money in the Bank match. They were having 2 Money in the Bank matches at a pay-per-view, so it's not like they would have to find a different way to book it.
Absolutely.
So it would make a bunch of sense to have that Money in the Bank time. Yeah, that's what people call for when they call for a Divas Revolution. Things being equal, the guys get to do this, so why don't we get to do that? And that's what will make it fair. Just make it so, and take away that horrible butterfly belt. Give them back the women's title.
All right, three things before we close. I want from each of you, promo of the night, match of the night, pop of the night. All right, who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
Go ahead.
Promo of the night was my girl Paige, who I love so much. Don't worry, I won't be going down to the Performance Center. I just want you to know that I love you.
Yeah,
I'm always going to love you.
We don't want you down anywhere close to Florida.
No, I ain't going there. I just want to let Paige know that I love you, and I'm always going to love you, and I'm always going to want you when nobody wants you. If I die now, my love will still haunt you. I thought
what was that?
A-Track be the one that'll pay for your phone. A-Track be the one that'll take you home. Everybody know I got my bounce to the outs. But anyway, she gets promo of the night. Pop of the night goes to Randy Orton. And to me, match of the night, I felt went to I can't believe I'm actually going to say this. Seth Rollins and John Cena.
Good for you. Good for you, brother. I'm proud of you in a lot of different ways right now. And I'm not going to let you forget this, by the way. Thomas F. Ray, go right ahead, brother.
Promo of the night for me was New Day. This hashtag Save the Tables thing that they're doing is great. I just think everything that they're doing is tremendous. I think they put a lot of thought into what's going on right now. And I'm even more surprised that I don't know who's like in charge of what they're doing, what writers they're working with, or what's happening. They're allowing them to do these gifts. I don't know if you guys know on the internet right now, like all these gifts are out with New Day, and they know that. So that's why they're like jumping around and being crazy people so they can get more gifts going on. And I think that's just outworking the people who book you. That's just tremendous. You're getting over in a way that they can't comprehend right now. You know what I mean?
From what I understand, they're letting New Day do their thing. Nobody's writing for them. This is just what I've been reading. I could be wrong, but this is dirt sheet stuff, so who knows?
And if that's true, then that goes against everything that we've known. That goes against Kofi Kingston's whole career, right? Kofi Kingston's been safe. He's been and all this other stuff. The time he tried to go off script, they were like, "Oh, we're gonna try to send you back down," But match of the night, I agree, is John Cena and Seth Rollins. I really had a good time with that. And pop of the night, I don't know, Nature Boy Ric Flair. Everybody, that guy came out and he just then said some stuff. He has a story for every town he goes to. Mm-hmm. He's like, I know about that place down on the corner where you're like, how do you know about that place? I think he got a huge pop.
He did get a huge pop. Promo of the night, man, Paige. I thought that was amazing. Pipe bomb, it was great, and it was a long time coming to heel turn, and she looked absolutely beautiful tonight. Match of the night, Seth Rollins and John Cena. That's a sweep, all three of us here. So it's pretty much the match of the night. And biggest pop, it is a toss-up between Ric Flair and Randy Orton. I think Randy Orton got the biggest pop, personally. So that's it, man. I hope you guys enjoyed Talking Raw. Did you guys enjoy Talking Raw?
No, I enjoyed it.
Huh?
Especially since it was an okay show.
It was a decent Raw. So we'll be back with Talking Raw after Hell in a Cell. The first Raw after Hell in a Cell. We'll talk Raw again. All right? Everybody, thanks for tuning in. Be sure to follow these guys on Twitter. Give out your Twitter handle, 8Track Brown, and then Thomas F. Ray.
My Twitter is at Pharaoh Fancy. You know where I am.
Mm-hmm. Thomas.
At Southside Dream and at Heavenly Podcast.
And I am at Billy Ray Hustle. Make sure you follow Big Ray here at OneWrestling.com, Bill Schuyler, and of course, Bill Apter. Thank you for giving us the opportunity to do this, and thank you for watching. Tune in next week. I'm Billy Ray Valentine. Thanks for watching. Peace.
Shout outs to the professor.